We begin here this hour. The executive mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Dada Morero, has officially relieved former MMC for Community Development, Kabelo Gwamanda, of all his official duties. The city says the decision to discharge Gwamanda is effective immediately and aims to ensure that the city's service delivery remains uninterrupted and continues to meet the needs of its residents. All right, and for more on this, we are now joined by Chris Vondo. He is the executive, the mayor, the spokesperson for the executive mayor in the city of Johannesburg. And he joins us now via our telephone line. Chris, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. Now, we've seen the news coming in this evening talking about the position of Kabelo Gwamanda. Can you confirm that indeed the mayor in the city of Johannesburg has fired Kabelo Gwamanda?
Good evening, Bali, and good evening to the listeners of the SABC. Indeed, we can confirm that the executive mayor has relieved former MMC Gwamanda, Kabelo Gwamanda, of community development of all his official duties as the MMC today.
And Chris, would you say that the news of this relieving Kabelo Gwamanda from his duties has to do with the charges he faces in Johannesburg?
Your line is not audible. Can you repeat the question, please?
I was saying, Chris, the relieving of Kabelo's duties in the city of Johannesburg, is this because of the charges he is facing?
I think, Bali, it's public knowledge that we all know that the mayor has placed Councillor Kabelo Gwamanda on a special leave. And obviously the mayor would have consulted with the legal team and looked at all the legalities within the city of Johannesburg. And I think that decision that he has made has taken into consideration all and sundry so that it can allow MMC Gwamanda an opportunity to focus on the matters that have resurfaced in the public domain.
And as the city of Johannesburg, what has Kabelo Gwamanda communicated to you, Chris, in regards to the charges he is facing? I mean, it's also not new, these allegations he is facing in the city of Johannesburg.
Those are details that we would have discussed with the executive mayor. Surely we're not privy to the information of the discussions that he has made. All we know that the executive mayor has arrived at a determination that he must release MMC Gwamanda so that the service delivery continues unabated without disruptions. So I think it's only fair that MMC Gwamanda is allowed that opportunity. So I think the details are going to be vented in a court of law. Hence, we all know that there's jurisprudence in the rule of law in the country, and that allows every person or individual in the country, in line with our constitution, that someone is not innocent until proven otherwise in the court of law. But we all know that court of law is a process that is very protracted. So I think it is in that context that the executive mayor has decided to take this decision.
And with the mayor taking this decision, it just really shows how serious this matter is.
Certainly, I think the allegations are serious. Obviously, they involve an arrest. So I think the mayor has made up his mind.
And we also see on the statement from your office that he has since been replaced by Councillor Joburg. Maybe if you can just give us an insight in terms of service delivery and how, this will not be hampered with the installation of now a new councillor in that position.
You'll know that the government of local unit is comprised of many parties. So it is not just the ANC. Of course, the ANC is leading the government of local unit. But of course, there are other parties. So in the interest of stability and the political stability within the administration, we ought to bring other members of the other parties. And I think the mayor has considered all those, interests that surround the stability, because he is very passionate about the stability of the municipality. So Councillor Ngongo from the Pan-Africanist Congress, which is the PAC. So it is in that context that Councillor Ngungo was appointed, so that there is representation in terms of parties that constitute the government of local unit. So it's in the interest of stability, but also to ensure that service delivery is accelerated and is not interrupted.
And of course, as the City of Johannesburg, you do find yourselves in a coalition, with other smaller parties, Chris. And one would ask, when you communicated this to the Al Jamal party, how did they react to the news of this final decision by the mayor?
I can only speak for the decision the mayor has made. I don't see it in the arrangements of structures that are processing those decisions or discussions about the coalition. There are platforms that are able to discuss the issues of common interest in relation to the parties which are political. And I think those platforms are platforms such as PMC, which is a political management council that is constituted by many parties. You know that at a national level there's a GNU, but also there are platforms where there are matters that are dealt with in relation to how the contradictions are resolved and mechanisms of resolving some of the issues that are a challenge. So at this point in time, I can only speak for the City of Johannesburg, the mayor's office, in relation to his decisions. I would not be privy to the discussions that take place at a political level, at a PMC level. I can only speak as the spokesperson of the mayor in the office of the executive mayor.
All right.
But I suspect that obviously there is consultation, because it is one of the principles of that governs how the management of the coalitions are taken. And I'm sure this decision that the executive mayor has taken into consideration that consultation, because our mayor is a consultative person.
All right, Chris, thank you so much for your time and for that clarity. That is Chris Vondo. He is the spokesperson for the mayor in the City of Johannesburg.